Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back. Today we're just doing another basic yes-no pick a card, and as always I do want to mention that the phrasing of your question is going to be super important for this type of reading, okay? Be very clear on how you want your question to be phrased before you pick your pile, because sometimes we can ask the same yes-no question two different ways, and while it might be a yes for one way that you phrase it, it might be a no for another way that you phrase it. As usual, we do have 3 piles here today. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So I'll give you a bit longer if you still need more time, or you can feel free to pause the video right here. And whenever you're ready, you can scroll down to your chosen timestamp in the description box. Alright, group 1, so this is a yes, but it's a yes that's going to turn out to be a bit more than you bargained for. Moving forward here, Spirit is advising you to continually weigh the pros and cons of your situation. Keep in mind that happiness is relative, and it should never, ever be defined by anyone outside of yourself, and it doesn't always have to come at a high cost to you. There is such a thing as peaceful happiness, and it tends to be far more lasting and stable than the more high-intensity kind. Happiness doesn't always have to come with the level of drama inherent to the situation you're asking about. There's a strong vibe here of you being generally exhausted and drained from some sort of burden you're carrying, whether that's already the case or will be in the near future. So, if at any point moving forward along your current trajectory gets to feel like the constant fight for what you want is keeping you from actually being able to enjoy what you want, Spirit wants you to know that you're completely in the clear if you want to just drop everything and start fresh. You're being gifted a fresh start here should you need it. We not only have the Ace of Wands here, but we also have the Yang card, which is almost like the Wisdom of the Oracle deck's own version of the Ace of Wands. Yang is very fiery in the way it's depicted here, and it's also the very first card in the deck, which is really nice to see in your particular case. It's like a double Ace of Wands situation. So really you have nothing to worry about, okay? No matter your situation, you're being given a lot of wiggle room to mess up and start over if you accidentally take on more than you can handle. But this is a yes, and that's all I'm seeing here for you today, Group 1. I hope this was helpful. As always, if this resonated, feel free to like, share. You can drop me a comment down below if you feel called to. If you like my vibe, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Group 2. So this is a yes, but it's a yes with a catch, which is especially interesting after the last group's energy. For those of you asking about a specific time frame, this is not going to be an immediate yes, but it's a yes that's going to crop up in due time. Spirit wants to make sure you can handle all the ins and outs of whatever you're asking about with your current level of overthinking, or for some of you, even outright anxiety. And we don't have like the 9 of Swords here or anything, so I wouldn't go so far as to say anxiety for all of you, but possibly for a couple. Mostly I'm seeing a lot of overthinking with all the Swords energy and round, so the sooner you're able to sort of reconnect with your immediate environment and ground yourself, take a break from allowing this idea to run through your mind like a hamster on a wheel, everything is going to come to light and you'll see a clear path forward for you. Just really, really try to relax and give your mind a break, Group 2. And I know that's easier said than done when you really want something, but consciously try to pull back and just allow divine timing to work its magic, okay? But this is a yes, as I said in the beginning. So I do hope that this was helpful. As always, if this resonated, feel free to like and share. If you like my vibe, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, so this is probably one of the weirdest yeses I've ever seen, Group 3. There's also a high variability for change in the near future, which I'll explain in a second. But this is either a situation where you were hoping for a no, or this is a yes that you think you want, but it won't actually end up making you happy. Or I guess I should say, if you're in a dark place right now and you were hoping for a yes, this will help lift you up out of the darkness, but it's sort of like that's as far as it can go, and things take an unpleasant turn almost immediately after. This is a situation that you've given too much power to, basically, and that's going to end up hurting you in the long run. Your guides are coming through more strongly than my own right now, and it's very interesting. The specifics of the situation are going to vary from one person to the next, but I should note that for the majority of you, your ancestors and guides are doing everything in their power to turn this into a no, so that you can reclaim your own personal power in the long run. A lot of them are just saying that there's something toxic here, and for those of you asking about a relatively new situation, it's a toxicity that you don't see coming, and your spiritual team is trying to stop it before it starts so that you don't get sucked into something that becomes increasingly more difficult to hoist yourself out of with time. There's, a breath of new life coming your way if you just relax and allow your spiritual team to step in. Your ancestors and guides only ever want what's best for you. So, if a situation falls out of your grasp, or if it needs to be heavily tweaked before it can be a healthy environment for you, you are being advised to sort of just sit back and let that happen. But they just want to make sure that you're being handed a situation with the most potential for you to either build on, or for you to truly see it for what it is, so that you feel compelled to discard it without even missing it. So this is a weird yes amidst a very tumultuous, not set in stone kind of energy, but as it currently stands, it is a yes. And long term, your spiritual team is going to make sure that this turns into a blessing for you, whatever it turns into, okay? I really hope all of that made sense. I'm sorry if this is a confusing reading. This was a weird one. But that is what I have for you today, Group 3. I do hope this was helpful. If this resonated, feel free to like and share this video. You can drop me a comment down below if you feel called to. I'd be curious, honestly. I kind of want to know what's up with you. If you like my vibe, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.